Have you ever had your proctologist match with you on Grindr mid-exam? I'd put off the colonoscopy screening for 3 years. At 32, I was younger than the recommended age, but my family history meant early screening. My dad had polyps removed at 35. His dad died from colon cancer at 48. So there I was, finally facing my fate at Riverside Medical Center. Dr. Navarro came highly recommended. My primary care physician called him the best in the city, said he made uncomfortable procedures as bearable as possible. What she didn't mention was that he was also gorgeous. 6'2", salt and pepper beard, arms that suggested he spent his off hours at a climbing gym. I noticed all this during our consultation the week before, trying not to make it obvious I was checking him out. The day of the procedure, I'd followed all the prep instructions. Nothing but clear liquids for 24 hours. That horrible gallon of prep solution that tasted like sadness mixed with artificial lemon. I was exhausted, dehydrated, and ready to get it over with. I was lying on my side in that ridiculous hospital gown when my phone buzzed on the chair where I'd left my clothes. Force of habit made me glance over. The Grindr notification banner showed someone had super liked me. Someone named Mountain Medic. I'd forgotten to put my phone on silent. Dr. Navarro walked in just as another notification popped up. Ready to get started? He asked, pulling on gloves. Ready as I'll ever be, I muttered into the pillow. He explained what he'd be doing. Very professional, very clinical. The nurse, an older woman named Patrice, was preparing instruments. I was trying to think about literally anything else when I heard it. The distinctive Grindr notification sound. Not from my phone, from somewhere in the room. Sorry, Dr. Navarro said quickly. Thought I'd silence that. My blood went cold. No way. I heard him pull out his phone to silence it and then dead silence. The kind of silence that means someone is processing something horrifying. I squeezed my eyes shut, praying to every deity I could think of that this wasn't happening. Hector, he said quietly. Hector with the mountain biking photos? Kill me now. Let the floor open up and swallow me whole. Your profile says you're a graphic designer who loves hiking, he continued, his voice professionally neutral but with an edge of mortification. The one with the golden retriever named Biscuit. Patrice looked between us, confused. Do you two know each other? Not exactly, Dr. Navarro said. At the same time I said, please pretend this isn't happening. The thing about colonoscopy prep is that you can't just leap up and run away. You're exhausted, depleted, and wearing a gown that barely covers anything. So I just lay there, face burning, while my hot proctologist processed that he just super liked me on Grindr while preparing to scope my colon. Should I get another doctor? He asked carefully. Can we just pretend you didn't see that? I begged. Patrice, bless her, started laughing. Not cruel laughter, but the warm kind that makes everything less terrible. Honey, in my 40 years of nursing, this isn't even top 10 most embarrassing. Dr. Navarro, you professional enough to continue? He cleared his throat. Of course. Hector, I'm going to delete the app from my phone right now, and we're going to proceed with your screening. This conversation never happened. Agreed, I croaked. The actual procedure was fine. Sedation is a beautiful thing. I woke up groggy in recovery with Patrice checking my vitals. Doctor said everything looks perfect, she said with a knowing smile. No polyps, no concerns. You won't need another screening for 10 years. As I was getting dressed to leave, she handed me my discharge papers. Tucked inside was a note. I'm professionally obligated to pretend that didn't happen, but if you ever want to grab coffee and laugh about this mortifying experience, my actual name is Raphael, not Mountain Medic. His number was written at the bottom. I texted him 3 weeks later. We met at a coffee shop downtown. Spent 3 hours laughing about the absurdity of it all. He told me he downloaded the app after his ex moved to Seattle, that he'd been mortified when he realized what happened, but Patrice convinced him to leave the note. I've never been so simultaneously embarrassed and interested, he admitted. We dated for 6 months. It was going great until I met his parents and his mom asked how we met. Raphael turned bright red and said, through a medical consultation. His dad, a retired physician, narrowed his eyes. You didn't date a patient, did you? Technically, we matched before the procedure started, Raphael said weakly. I added, and I wasn't sedated yet, so I could technically consent to the match. His mother looked horrified. His father burst out laughing. That's the best meet cute I've ever heard. Don't tell the medical board. We broke up eventually, not because of how we met, but because he got a fellowship in Boston. We're still friends. He sends me reminder texts every year about scheduling my next screening with a different doctor, always with a winking emoji. Patrice retired last year. At her farewell party, she gave a speech about memorable moments from her career. She winked at me when she mentioned learning that dating apps have truly terrible timing. My friends still beg me to tell the story at parties. I've learned to own it. After all, how many people can say they've been super liked by someone who's literally seen all of them?